From our free daily newsletter, the latest from podnews.net with Spots Now. Podcast newsletters, ones you run for your podcast, not this one, are the best real estate to own in podcasting, says Sounds Profitable's Tom Webster in an article this week. 87% of subscribers to podcast newsletters have listened to an episode because of them. 42% often have. And of course, they allow you to speak directly to your audience and get more information from them, like surveys or even merch sales. It's part of the Podcast Index research released earlier this month. The UK media regulator Ofcom released research on the UK's media habits. There's lots of data on podcast listening, with the word mentioned 135 times. Of interest, 53% of the UK listens to speech audio, like podcasts or talk radio. People aged 25 to 34 have the highest reach across speech radio, podcasts and audiobooks. YouTube is the most used platform for any audio content, and only 45% of Brits think there are too many adverts in the podcasts they listen to. Although, of course, all BBC podcasts are free of advertising in the country. Blueberry has announced new time-based hosting plans for new customers, what the company describes as a simpler way to choose a plan based on how much audio and video content they publish each month. The plans include one starting at just $7. iHeart Australia has announced that video podcasts are now available on the app, which we assume means video podcasts are now available in the app in other territories like the US, Canada, Mexico and New Zealand. Video podcasts are delivered to iHeart at no cost to the creators or publishers via existing RSS workflows. We reported that video was coming to iHeartRadio in January. They support the alternate enclosure tag. It's emerged that Jem Erith, executive producer of The Diary of a CEO, departed the company 3 months ago. On Substack, we learnt that she's just done the Inca Trail. She's the 4th key staffer to have departed the company in recent months. Auphonic now supports subtitles burnt into video. The captions can be styled and they support word-level highlighting. You can enable them in the web interface via the API and Auphonic's CLI. And signings include Motherkind joining the Bauer Media Network in the UK, and Don Lemon has signed with Libsyn for advertising for The Don Lemon Show and a number of other companion podcasts. And in podcast news, German true crime podcast Mordlust did a live recording in video for its 8th anniversary. The show's hosted on Podigy. The Paranormal podcast celebrated its 21st anniversary yesterday. It started on July the 29th, 2005. Probably the longest running paranormal podcast on the internet. Host Jim Harold told us that he's grateful for the opportunity to podcast on the paranormal since 2005. I started with a $40 headset and an interest in the spooky. I had no idea it would become my full-time career. He's been a long-term Pod News supporter as well, so thank you from us too. And Podcast Network Insights is celebrating its 20th episode with guest Tom Fox, who's built not just one but 2 successful podcast networks, Compliance Podcast Network and West Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. Learn podcasting about podcast networks and the only metrics that matter. And this podcast is sponsored by Spots Now. Do you want to film more ad space? Spots Now's AI search routes advertisers to the right shows. With more and more advertisers using its campaign planning tools, you can be there at the moment they're planning them. Set up a free account and requests come straight through to your ad sales inbox. It's a new source of business with no work chasing it. Always the best new sources of business, so far as I'm concerned. Anyway, you can book a demo today at spotsnow.io or click on that link you'll find in our show notes. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe for free, we're at podnews.net.